Welcome to this free, video-based online course, Resilience Tools for Free in a Time of Coronavirus Crisis. I'm Chris Johnston, author of the book 7 Ways to Build Resilience, and I'd love to introduce you to this course. I'd like to start by asking you to think of a time in the past when you faced a difficult situation and focus your attention on what helped you deal with that. You can think of this as a two-part process. First, there's facing the difficulty. For example, there was a time when ... whatever it was. Then there's responding in a way that helps. So the second part is, and what helped me was. What you're looking at here is your own resilience in action. Resilience is a strength, skill set and capacity we all have. And it's what helps us deal with difficult times. With the extraordinary challenges we face in this coronavirus pandemic, we need to draw upon and develop our resilience now, perhaps more than ever before. When I teach resilience skills, I ask people to look more closely at what they did in the past that helped. I invite you to do this too. For example, when remembering what helped you get through a difficult time, were there particular strategies you used, like asking for help, or a problem-solving process, or a practice like mindfulness? Were there strengths you drew upon, like determination, or kindness, or courage? Were there resources you turned to, like people you found helpful, or books, or inspiring talks on the internet? Were there insights that guided you, like the idea of the growth mindset or the perspective that everything changes over time, so problems come and in time they'll most probably pass? What I'm describing here are resilience tools. A tool is something we use for a purpose, and just as we can use physical tools that help us do things we wouldn't be able to do otherwise, we can also use psychological tools or mind tools that help us deal with situations we'd otherwise find more difficult. What I'm also describing here is a framework that can encourage you to reflect on what helps you deal with difficult times. I call it the SSRI Resilience Toolkit, those letters standing here for strategies, strengths, resources and insights, though those letters SSRI are also more commonly associated with a group of antidepressants known as the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, of which Prozac is a well-known example. I use these letters SSRI intentionally to emphasize that strategies, strengths, resources and insights can be tools we use that have antidepressant effect, that strengthen our ability to face and deal with situations that we find scary or depressing. Situations like those, perhaps, that many of us are facing in our current crisis. My work for more than 3 decades now has been about teaching people tools that help them face difficult situations. I started out as a doctor in hospitals, alongside people with serious medical conditions, teaching simple self-help strategies that help them face their fears and pain, their dips and setbacks. I then worked for many years in the mental health field, teaching resilient skills to people recovering from addiction or struggling with mental illness. I've also been a trainer for workplace well-being, teaching people ways of dealing with stress, uncertainty, overload and situations they find overwhelming. We need these resilience tools now, both to review what's already in our toolkit and also to add new tools. So I'm offering this free online course, which is adapted from a free webinar I gave at the end of March this year, to share some of the tools I use and teach and find useful. If, after this course, you're interested in finding out more, my book, 7 Ways to Build Resilience, draws on resilience programs that research has shown help reduce depression and anxiety, as well as strengthen people's ability to face challenges when under pressure. It brings together many of the tools I've found most useful. This free course is a first step in a range of online resilience courses I offer, and which I describe on my website at collegeofwellbeing.com. I hope you find it useful.